So, you want to know about the best aerial vehicles, huh? You want to know what's the best vehicle I could get in that'll put me up in the sky where I could go shooting missiles at people, huh? What's the best one? Now let me tell you. I'll tell you right now. If you're interested, this is the video for you. I mean, look at this fucking place. I got vehicles. Number 10 is gonna be probably. It's a bit of a niche thing, but having a Cargobob is real dope for the simple fact that if you're ever doing the stealing vehicle missions, it's so cool to be able to call in your Cargobob, lift your cars, and fly them to the destination as opposed to having to drive them through all this like potential. Drive them all the way across the map, or for whatever reason, owning a Cargobob is dope, and that's probably what I would rock out at number 10 as far as the best aerial vehicles you're gonna want to own. Number 9, it's this bad girl right here, the Tula. Now the Tula is crazy pricey, but what's unique about the Tula and the Sea Sparrow right here, but I think the Sea Sparrow, the Tula, or the Dodo, you're going to want an aerial vehicle that can land on the water in some capacity. So, for me, I don't know exactly why, but the Dodo is free. And I'm not sure exactly why that is. It's because I did something in the past. But even if it's not free for you, 500 grand is a lot cheaper than 4 million, and you won't have bombs and you won't have JADO thrusters that you get with the Tula here, but you'll have the capability of like picking your boy up from the ocean if there's ever the need for it, which I think is really cool to have. Going down the list at number 8, you have the Starling or the Pyro. Now, this one right here is kind of personal preference. But these two are unique in the fact that they are the best dogfighting vehicles in the game. These two can outmaneuver Hydras and lasers and a lot of other jets because they just have tighter turn radiuses, especially the Starling here. If you get good with the Starling, this little tiny thing is one of the most unique and crazy vehicles in the game. But the Pyro, I mean, you get in this thing, it turns on a dime. The turn radius is insane. And that's the factor that honestly decides most dogfights, is how quickly you can turn and get around your opponent. So yeah, that is what I would say. That's what I would put at number 8, is going to be a plane of some sort that you can do some solid dogfighting with. Coming in at number 7. The helicopter with the explosive minigun on the front of it. It's got little buck eyes. The Russian bad boy itself, the Savage. This beastly helicopter is from early on in the game, and almost every other actually, I don't think any other helicopter has a cannon like this one. This is exactly the Hydra's cannon, but it's a helicopter. So you can just fly up on, just tilt your shit down, and it's nasty. Having a Savage in your arsenal is a very useful thing to be able to call in. It doesn't have much explosive resistance, which has made it kind of fall to the wayside, you know, and compared to something like the Hunter or the Akula right here, but man, the destructive capabilities of this gun on the front of this thing are unparalleled. Coming in. Damn it. Camera turned around. Coming in at big number 6. Yeah. Goddamn right, it's the Avenger. Look at this fucking thing. Let me tell you something. When this thing first came out, it was the scariest thing in the game. Oh my god. It took 28 explosive sniper shells to destroy. And you know how you see these propellers in the back right here? Or like that flap? You see the flaps that help you maneuver? Before they patched it, those flaps never broke ever. And this thing, it was just a terror in the sky. Because not only is it like indestructible, it had cannons on it that would absolutely rain fire down on the ground. Now you can still do the rain fire thing, and it's still a very fun vehicle and a very cool vehicle to own, especially for the raining fire thing, but it's not the beast that it once was back in the day. Back in the day, oh my god, this thing was an absolute monster. But you know, it can go like this, it can go like plane mode, like it's got green propellers on the end, it's got green on the end of the propellers instead of yellow. It's cool. It's a cool thing. I like this vehicle a lot. Not to mention you can put a weaponized vehicle workshop in it. And also buy Mark II ammunition from it, and also, you know, just be an imposing force. Even after the patch, if you get 2 cannons going with this and a good pilot, it's also got bombs, for Christ's sake. Like, I can do carpet bombing. Like, it's a very cool vehicle. So that's why I would put it number 6. Coming in at number 5, in all its glory. This big nasty fucker of a helicopter right here. The Hunter. These are starting to get pretty pricey. I mean, I know this is like almost 4 million after you buy all the bells and whistles, but this thing can eat like 5 or 6 missiles before being destroyed. And it's got it can fit 2 people, but it has an explosive turret on the front that's not as good as the Savage or the Hydra or anything, but it's nothing to scoff at. And you got barrage missiles and lock-on tracking missiles. This thing is a tank in the sky. This is the closest thing to a tank that we've got since they nerfed the Avenger, I'd say. Yeah, this thing is a beast. Coming in at number 4, though. Oh, by the way, the Akula is comparable with the tank thing, but it's not as strong as the Hunter. But we'll get to the Akula, don't you worry. Coming in number 4 is the Hydra. This bad motherfucker right here has been out since pretty early on in the game. I think since the first Heist came out. It came out alongside the all the first Heists and that mission where you had to storm the aircraft carrier. This thing is nasty because it's one of the fastest vehicles in the entire game, going from point to point on the map, and it can go VTOL mode with these thrusters right here, so you can treat it like a helicopter almost, and you can land it in places that you'd have you can land it in places that you'd have a very hard time landing, like the Bezra here, for instance. So this thing is like unique completely in its capabilities. It's a jet that can also land like a helicopter. That, you know, it's got regular jet missiles, but those do the trick for 9 times out of 10, unless you're fighting an Oppressor. Like, this thing is nasty to own. Number 3, though. Oh, number 3. We're gonna have to walk outside for. Why would we have to leave your hangar to walk outside for number 3? Oh, I'll tell you why we had to leave my hangar for number 3, because it's this bad motherfucker right here. This car. I really shouldn't call it a car, because that's why this is on this list and not on the ground vehicles list. Because this thing is a straight flying car. It's got great missiles. Doesn't have any sort of defenses, so it doesn't have flares or anything like that, I don't think. Unless I'm stupid. I'm 90% sure it doesn't. And this car, like, look at it. It's a flying car. What do you want? What do you want from me? It's a flying Back to the Future car. It's amazing. It's got great missiles. This right here is going to be, like, it's just going to be some of the most fun you're going to have with vehicles in the game. is having a flying car like this. Now, number 2 is this right here. For all you who played GTA 4, and remember Yusuf Amir and his golden Buzzard, this Buzzard, well, not this in particular, but owning a Buzzard is one of the most useful things you can do in the game, and I feel like it's very underutilized since the Oppressor Mark II came out. And the reason is because when you're a SecuroServe CEO and you have access to all these abilities, which are like you don't have on MC, which are very good, like Ghost and Authorities and all that, you can also call in any vehicle you own for free, and then even if the ones you don't own, you can still call them in for one-time uses whenever you need to. You can call it in for free and spawn it next to you like a cheat code. It's literally like Buzzard is one of my most used vehicles in the entire game, and I spawn it next to me all the time. And if I'm ever in a situation where we need 2 vehicles in the air, I'll spawn a CEO Buzzard, and then I'll just call in a personal vehicle through my a personal aircraft, and then boom, you've got 2 vehicles in the air instead of 1. You've got two birds in the air instead of 1. But yeah, that's it for number 2. On to number 1. The biggest and baddest and nastiest of them all. The Akula. This chopper. This is a stealth Russian chopper. And this is one of the most unique vehicles in the entire game. And if you don't own one, you need to get on buying one ASAP. This thing, I'm going to show you right now, just to clarify, like how ridiculous this shit is. But check it. It's got wheels that come in and out, which is a nice touch. It's got bombs, bomb bay door, very solid stuff. It's got decent miniguns on the front, 50 cals. It's got homing rockets. You know, pretty standard. It can also fit 4 people, and it'll eat, like, I think it eats a little bit less explosive damage than Hunter does. But yeah, also, by the way, it goes off the fucking radar completely when you flip that button. Like, Jesus Christ. Like, you see how your weapons are out? You push right on the D-pad, and you see how the icon on my map starts blinking? I am completely off the radar. Like, if I have a package that's, like, dinging to the whole, like, a business lobby, like a business battle goods, and I get in my Akula, I'm off the radar. No other vehicle in the game allows you to go off of the radar like this. Like, it's absolutely insane. And they don't really talk much about it or mention it too much, so it's kind of like if you didn't know this existed, you wouldn't really think much of it. I would think if you were looking at the website, you wouldn't know, like, oh, by the way, one of these is a game-changing helicopter. So yeah, Hunter's cool, Savage is cool, Strike Force is cool, but this, in Akula, is an absolute must-have. You're gonna need a hangar to own like half of the stuff I talked about here. To customize it, you're gonna need a hangar to customize any of it. But some of the vehicles, if you don't own a hangar, you can just buy them anyway and call them in from Pegasus. I believe you can do that with the Hydra at the very least, and the Savage. And yeah, that just about does it, right? I mean, you know, what else could there possibly be to talk about? You know, that's 10, that's top 10. Oh, wait! Number 0. Secret top layer. Secret extra one. God damn it, it's so far away. Why did you spawn so far away from me? Wait, how far away is it? Oh, that's aggressive. You know what? I just needed to get high. Like I was saying, fuck. Yeah, for the record, that hangar, when you try to spawn vehicles outside of it, this shit happens. It'll just come in. Get away from me! I'm trying to finish the video! Number 0. in all its glory. Secret, hidden, top aerial. Yeah, you fucking get it. The Oppressor is ridiculous. This thing, first off, what a lot of people don't realize is how quickly you go from being here to being like up in the fucking sky, like fucking around. Like when I go to do missions and stuff, like preps, and I bring a Buzzard, I have to like get in, turn everything on, whir up the blades, and then start going. And while I'm doing that, I'm getting shot by like NPCs left and right. This shit, on it, boost, out. In like a second. Its missiles, I've literally seen its missiles pull 180-degree turns, go backwards, and destroy the target they were aimed at. Its missiles are cut above any other missiles in the game. It is a fucking Star Wars hover bike. What do you want? Like, this is the most ridiculous aerial vehicle in the entire game right here, clearly. Yeah, it's absurd. I definitely didn't crash in the ocean and have to wait or anything. Yeah, this is gonna be, it's got flares, you can put chaff on it, it's got missiles, like this thing is nasty. Get yourself you're gonna have to own a nightclub and a terabyte to get one of these, which is a big paywall, but my God. Actually, I think you can get one before it if you don't own a terabyte. The only way to put missiles on it though is to get a terabyte. Yeah, that'll do it. You know the whole spiel. Like, subscribe, check the channel, all that jazz. Really appreciate you stopping by. And yeah, until next time. Bam! Bam!